want us to touch on the debate about the school sex education program. What was your thought about that? Because I do know that was also, you had a role to play in all of this, especially with the concept and everything.
The topic of sex is something that evokes a lot of reactions and emotions and sentiments for people. Why? Because for the adult population especially, it's something everybody does, but nobody does it in public. So to that extent, there is a whole lot of reactions to it because, we shouldn't be talking about these things publicly. Yeah. We shouldn't expose our children to this and all of that. Everybody have their own sentiments. And you see, we come from a rights-based perspective to look at this. Everybody have their own rights. But the idea was that there are issues, there are things that should be included in the curriculum of which we are teaching our children. And you can't wish it away. It's already, these are things that we teach children normally. Mm-hmm. For example, menstrual hygiene. If you don't teach a child menstrual hygiene, she will still know it. She will still have to talk about it, you see. And also, you also want the boy to be able to look after the sister when during that particular month she has that. So that those are some of the things that we're teaching that was supposed to be involved in the issue that brought about that controversy. Then, very importantly, let me link it to one major thing that we have now in country that is a problem: teenage pregnancy. In this country, in year 2020, we had the recorded number of teenage pregnancies that we had in this country is 109,888. 109,888 teenage pregnancies. Now, what the law says is that age 16 is the age of consent. Age of consent meaning that any child that is not 16 years old or above cannot legally consent to sex. That is, even if she's the one that comes to you and rapes you, you are the one that is infringing the law. Any child that is below age 16, that is, they cannot consent to sex. So if you cannot consent to sex, and then eventually you get pregnant, that means that defilement, the law recognizes that as defilement. Defilement, it is rape. So most of those cases that you see, there were teenage pregnancies in the country, and these were reported cases in health facilities. You know, there will be quite a lot more that were not reported at all because maybe they're in the rural areas and all of that. Anyway, so teenage pregnancy is such that it has taken place and it continues. That figure is not new. It's something that has been happening over the years. Those data, they resemble the data of previous years too. So it's not really alarming. But the problem is, who impregnated these girls? Who had sex with them up to the point of their getting pregnant? So it's not just that sex took place. And if in the eyes of the law, this is defilement, if you have 17, 18-year-old girls getting pregnant, there is a consensus that this is not good. So the issue is this: what can you do to prevent it? Two things. You need to educate the children. When that uncle, because 90% of cases of teenage pregnancy, or 90% of cases of defilement was done by close neighbors, relations, uncle, incest, parents themselves. So somebody next door, and it's not, that issue is not here. It's not really here with us in Accra because we have houses have gates and walls. But in the more rural areas where there is no fence, everybody goes around. So that's where you have such issues. And when it happens, you want to ask, what can we do to stop it? If we give our children education, for them to know their self-worth, for them to recognize the signs, when that uncle is calling and saying, I want to give you a cookie or a sweet or something like that.
Send you to buy me water.
Yeah, buy me water, go to my room to go and get this and that. You need to give the children those educations so that they don't fall prey to that uncle, so to that teenage, to that person that is going to violate them. That is the idea behind the issue that we're talking about.